Hey guys, Jesper here from RINU Productions, and in today's video I'm going to take you through my poster design process from start to finish, but in 30 times the speed, and I'll give some insights behind the design choices along the way. So hopefully this video can help people looking for that kind of thing. I would also highly recommend Jessie Nyberg's video he did on designing a music poster for Kitchenada. He's super chill and you get to see all the turns along the way throughout the design process, so it's really good. There'll be a link for that below. Okay, let's get into it by introducing the project itself. This time the client was a jazz band, heavily influenced by Eastern European, Balkan music, and they are called Bazurka. The poster itself was for an album release gig, and these guys are super awesome. Super high energy, fun, wacky, a little manic. Just all around like a really good time to have a dance to. Definitely go have yourself a real good time if you're ever playing in your area, or you can listen on their SoundCloud and have yourself a good dance at home. They also have a Facebook page where you can find all the information about upcoming shows and some cool video content. And if you dig the sound, go show them some love. You know where the links are. Alright, here we go. So basically, I just want to get all the text in the poster to start with, and just try and lock in some strong hierarchy. Get the most important information read first, and then go from there. And make a good amount of space for the visual elements too. I downloaded a whole bunch of kind of like Russian fonts and things like that, going for that Eastern European look. Here we've got a cutout of the band photo. They had a lot of great resources already on hand. They checked them all into a Google Drive. They're super organized. It was really great. So we're going with this. To think about trying to do just something more like illustrative, but it's such a good shot and it conveys just like really like awesome feeling of the band. So what better way to represent the band than the band themselves? Front and center. Playing with some shadows here. So decided that too much 3D is gonna, it's very blocky. They got their own logo word mark, so it's already quite blocky. Want to keep the straight lines to a minimum when you've already got so many close together. Potentially could have kerned it out a bit, but just want to leave it as it is. It's really great. Made by Kale Sunshine, I believe. You can look her up. She's awesome New Zealand graphic designer. Alright, here we go. So we're getting some free elements here from good old Vic the Easy. Good for Victor. You can stretch it up any size. It's gonna look great. Yeah, I've got this idea of kind of like the instruments. Got the silhouette kind of collage together of instruments here. And the green color was inspired by, you listen to the music and it's very, it's obviously based in like deep, like traditional, a lot of deep traditional sounds from Eastern Europe, but I think all the band members each bring their own like freshness to it, and it felt like it's like very fresh and like young and alive, and yeah, green's kind of like representative of like the energy, the high energy, stuff like that, rather than like a night scene that's like blue and calm and things like that. They've got this like real like, yeah, it's fantastic. So I got some nice flags coming in here, just like get the like festive feel going. This is party, of course. You want people to know it's a party, not some Soviet recruitment event or something. Yeah, the yellow was a bit outstanding. I had to change that. We've got some textures coming in here. Really tie tie all the instrument collage together as just kind of like one group visually. Sorting out some typefaces at the top here. Here we've got some fantastic dancers. Again, picked easy. Actually worked really well in the end. I was kind of trying them out here, but they brought a lot of good flavor to the poster in the end. I toned them down a bit, keep the band front and center, but yeah. So what I've done here is I've made a color palette using the shirts from the band. So you've got the turquoise, the light turquoise color, the purple, the red, the peach, and looking through a lot of their photos, they had a lot of really great ones of kind of nightlife, you know, dancing out, playing out at the gigs with all the colored lights and stuff that are lighting up their faces and things like that. And I really wanted to try and get that that live gig kind of like vibe in there. Yeah, so I think that's where the color inspiration came from. Just kind of throwing that and tying it together a bit more. And then balancing, trying to visually balance them out, give them some good space and things like that. Oh, here we go. Trying to add a radial gradient to the center bit. Proved a bit of a nightmare throughout the process, but it's worth it. It's all worth it. Yeah, just to give it a bit more 3D, a bit more pop, you know, rather than just kind of like a flat thing right now. It's got some depth to it, some shade, some shadows. And here we've got some secret items coming in. So I thought long and hard, like, you know, we've got fun, dancey, like those elements coming in. How do you do wacky? And I was looking through their photos, and I saw this one. They're each holding like this, just like a random, something like really random, like someone's holding like a jug, and someone's holding, you know, like this old jug, and someone's holding like a steamship that's like for like shots or something, like a model boat steamship. It's like feathers, and someone's holding a homolumian. I'm gonna put that word right there because I don't know how to say it, but one of those plants, I think. Yeah, and I was like, that's perfect. Excuse my language. But it really was perfect. You know, people can look at the poster like, it's like a globe there, what's going on? And just for the band and hardcore fans, of course, gonna be able to appreciate the little details in there, pick out some things. Oh, that's from that time. Yeah, I just love posters that like have like a little bit of a call out to like the, you know, little in jokes and things like that. It's always a good thing, I think. We're adding some white just behind. When you stretch it out and you have the border, you get these random little holes and stuff. It just kind of like visually tears it apart. You try and keep it all reasonably easy to read, not too complex. Spotlight, that was a great idea. You know, you're thinking, what's Bazurka's big and bold. You know it's Bazurka, but when, you know, you gotta know the 12th. The 12th of May, coming up. Usually posters, yeah, it's gone up about, it's a month before. It'll be also, so, yeah. Well. Now we've got the Bazurka, potentially not final rendition of the album artwork, but one of the concepts, which is pretty close. So we're just kind of matching the colors here. We'll present the client with two versions. Yeah. So we've got green one, and then we've got like a soft kind of like ochre yellow, and an orange, and then a deep orange, like the three colors, to match the album. Yeah, just doing a bit of turning and adjusting the type. Make sure it's all spaced out nicely, as legible as possible. Okay, yeah. So we're trying to color match here as best we can. We've got a lot of layers going on, shading and things like that, so if we just did the eyedropper, it's not gonna work. The eyedropper color selector where it just matches the exact code of the color, it's not gonna work. We're gonna have to balance it visually because we've got a lot of shades and things that are altering the overall visuals. Alright, yeah, so that's so at this point, they like the orange, we'll call this the orange version, better. Orange and yellow. But can we make it the same as the green version? With all the activity going on, all the energy of all the other elements. And yeah, of course, no problem. Here we've got, they had a good idea to get a sponsor for the gig, which is a really good idea. And we didn't know who it was yet. Garage Projects and RS3, they're always really great. I see them sponsoring like a lot of cool stuff, well, at least when I was back in Wellington. So I thought, put them in as a placeholder. Maybe they turn out to be the actual sponsor if I had to pick someone sponsor. Here we've got lovely Briar, I believe. This drum is not circular. I had to go in and not all shapes as they appear in a 2D environment. Maybe it's just had a good life, that drum, perhaps. Yeah, so we've got Briar coming in, but I've also realized that whoever did the cutout on the original, fantastic job. But when you put an outline on it, it highlights all of the little pixels, even if it's 1% opacity and you can not even visible, the outline will just like calculate, oh, here's a pixel, let me put a big outline around that. So I went in here and cleaned it up. You can turn the whole image like color overlay and just grab a few extra ones. A little bit of an extra cleanup tip there. That makes it easier to see. So here we've got Briar, nice cutout on the drum skin there. Trying to adjust her to not overpower the band or have the band overpower her, get a nice balance going. Because it's quite a contrasty image, you know, with the black and the skin tone. Really nice, but yeah, gotta keep it all in balance, you know. Get all the tight band, tight team. Yeah, so here we go. We've got that all locked in. And now that we've got the more cleaned up version of that transparent background PNG of the band, I'm just going off, creating layers of that and adding new shadow, just a bit more cleaned up and tidy than the old one. Here we've got these, the stars coming in. Which I did on good old Procreate on the iPad. Just Mahana, the special guest, they have this amazingly done, really cool little illustration of the band, and I tried really hard to like fit it in, but it just wasn't going to work. It was going to throw off the composition, and the whole idea is that like it's the band and everyone's dancing around them, but then if there's like a little people in the band below them, it would kind of like, yeah, visually just, it would have been nice, but sometimes you just have to make the call that, you know, whatever's best for like the overall image, and go with that. Still though, I really like, we're just looking through some old posters, with a quick inspiration, kind of gauge on the right kind of like heels. Yeah. So it's the version 2.0 from the original AB. So here I've jumped the gun. I've actually jumped the gun and I've been like, oh cool, yeah, let's get in and balance all the dancers around this new composition with the sponsor in here. And see if you can pick it. What I've missed. This is all like wasted time because I just was like too like gung ho, like yeah, like in the zone, going crazy, and then I've forgotten the instruments. All right, get rid of it. I forgot it. I was gonna redo the instruments with the actual instruments that they all use. We've got a violin, double bass, guitar, drums, and trumpet, and saxophone, and alto saxophone. So yeah. Oh, PNGs of drums are not a thing. You see a lot on the go. They're all JPEGs. They're actually just JPEGs. If you're looking for some, anyone who wants to make like some transparent drum images, make some money potentially. I don't know. There's not a lot. I don't know if there's many people looking for them. So here we go. We're just arranging the new instruments here. This whole like trying to get the energy like coming out of the band. Yeah. Don't worry about so many trumpets. There's only one trumpet player, but he sounds amazing. It sounds like 6 trumpets. So he's really fast. Yeah. Michael. Watch out for fast Michael on the trumpet. On the bad horn, as I saw it referred to in one piece about Bazurka. Yeah, so we're just getting, this is using a combination of a second layer of the image, but also just a little bit of outline, give it a bit of thickness. Nice and thick. Get a nice amount, kind of like, you know, like pop arty kind of feel. Like back in the day, you had like limited tools, and this would be like a simple cut thing using multiple cuts of the same paper. It's like kind of collaging with colored paper kind of thing. Like a little bit of traditional crafts in there to like represent the traditional like music. It's a weird like transition from traditional paper crafts. Yeah, so we've got a paper like texture over that as well, just to give it like some nice feels. Yeah, and here come the dancers, like, I rebalanced them out. It wasn't too bad, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but yeah. It's getting a little bit tight in there, now that we've got everything back in. What was the sponsor? Just a bit of squeezing in there. Yeah, no shortcuts for some things in this software. Rearranging. We're putting back in this secret items. Little CD there, little CD mock-up. It's probably not what the real CD looks like, but hopefully we can see this is have a laugh about that. I don't know. Just like altering, see these books. So the vocalist has three books on her head, sticked on her head, just calmly. That ain't no thing. So we're gonna chuck some books in here just to reference that wacky time. Straight face, poker face, deadpan. I love it. Some stars. Not so legit. These guys are just pure stars. You're gonna see stars flying out when you see them play. And musical notes, of course. You gotta love music. This is the easiest. yeah, so boom, version, what are we up to? 3. So we got the sponsor in there. Okay, so Bazurka had a PDF for the wordmark / logo, but it wasn't actually Victor. It was rasterized at not a very high quality, so we had to do something about that. The original designer was a bit busy, so the quick version of Illustrator has a trace function. It worked alright. It's a little bit different in some places. I could have cleaned it up, but eventually the original designer just flicked it through. All good. We got the Polish Sausage Company, which will have delicious food on offer at the event, which is really fitting because the Dom Polski Polish Association, Dom Polski just meaning Polish house, I believe. So yeah, that's great. We're gonna have some nice food from them available. I originally thought they were in a sponsorship role, which is why it says generous support from in this version, but later on we're gonna change that to food on offer by the Polish Sausage Company. They had a very cool circular logo, which they had probably recently done. It's very modern, very cool, but for some reason they only had a 214 pixel copy of the PNG, so that wasn't going to work for an A3 poster. You can do up to like 1.7 millimeters at that resolution. Oh, what am I saying? Centimeters, 1.7 centimeters, and it will hold, but anything bigger is just going to be a pixelated mess. So we went with this other one, which might have been for the best. It's nice and chunky and bold, black text, matches the rest. Fits in well visually, the rest of the poster. Here we go. Trying to get a good balance of green in this one. I'm going to cross-reference the old poster a bunch. The old poster actually, I think I just did it like one and done with the gradient in there, and it turned out like pretty nice. This one I'm just having a nightmare. There's too many layers affecting all sorts of different things. Trying out some different textures. I want to get it more gritty. Turned out the layer mask is a bit low on opacity. So but we'll fix that up later. Alright, here we go. Always compare. Not to other people, of course. Everyone's unique and doing the best they can. And you know, just compare yourself to yourself, and you always make progress that way. Yeah, and in comparing the posters, I've actually realized that the original green one had those big sousaphones, I believe they're called. A huge tuba that are so big they have to like wrap around the body to be able to carry and play them at the same time. They had like really good definition, like big, nice visual shapes for the eyes to lock onto. And I thought the current one you can see on the left, it's just kind of like starry shape. It just comes out like that. And from far, you're just gonna be like, it's some stuff. And you look and you're like, I know what that is. This is like some stuff. Okay, you're done. Whereas the other one's like, oh, what's that shape? Kind of, yeah, big silhouette shapes attract the eye, and the brain's gonna be like, I don't know what that shape is, but I want to figure it out. And a lot of these instruments, they have like really beautiful, like unique shapes to them. So I wanted to split it out, give them each more of their own space, and emphasize more of their unique shapes, and ultimately create something that's more like visually draws in the eyes, curiosity factor. What's that? Yeah, the psychology behind how the brain associates silhouettes is deeply fascinating. I don't know if that's just like a lot of time spent without lighting, without the invention of lights, and growing up in the dark times. Yep. Evolving, I should say, growing up. Like it was my own childhood. We had no lights in my house. No. Cool, back to the poster. Yep, it's all coming together now. We've got kind of like the final final things. The silhouette's looking great. Real poster. One of the books is in her hands, kind of like alluding to the tickets. You know, it says like tickets. Someone's coming up with the square shaped thing. All excited. Yeah, and I think we're looking good. Export. Oh, here we go. We've got the real Victor woodmark for Bazurka. It's looking great. Stretching these out. Smaller text you want to give it more space between the letters. A bit more space, just to make it easier on the eye to read rather than too cramped up. A little bit of space in the eye. And just giving this Mahana like a little bit more flavor than just like the exact same like copy pasted A and stuff. Like it is a brush font. But you know, when you have it exactly the same, like that's just a computer. This plant, it was giving me trouble getting this white kind of outline around it when it was rendered. So I thought it had some more pixels. I shrunk it in, I clipped it in more, cut off a bit of the edge, but it turns out it's just a PDF thing that it does to some PNGs for some reason. It's not the end of the world. It's gonna be a tiny thing. Or so I thought. But yeah, we had to get in here and change this generous support from to food buy, but then food for sale buy. You know, we want to make it more clear that we don't want anyone turning up to the gig. No money. And they're like, damn, I thought dinner was gonna be provided, and then going hungry and having a bad experience. See, make that real clear, nice and clear. And then get the QR code in there. Oh man, that's a little link again. Trying to balance it out though. It's like, get some attention. Just putting this character down there pointing. It wasn't working. It's just too bright, taking away like the overall shape of the spotlight. And then make her darker, she just fades out, doesn't really work. So alright, scrap that. We'll put it back, we'll put that down there. Put the QR code there. We'll change this hand, make it pointing. Just a little bit of subtle thing. Rearrange these ships and stuff. Couldn't find any good arrows, so I was just screw it. Make my own. Great, took a little bit of time, but that's all good. A nice little sketchy looking arrow there. So now the QR codes. QR codes are great. The 3 dots mean they work on any angle. And that's it. So I hope you guys learned something today and found that interesting. Tell me anything in the comments, anything at all. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. So cool. Keep having a good time designing and stay creative. See ya.